Welcome everyone to yet another Unix scripting live stream here with our T2 Linux distribution. And recurring subscribers, and if you have not yet subscribed, probably want to share, like, and subscribe. Notice that a couple of times Boost, the collection of C++ headers and libraries, failed to build recently, and I didn't even look really into it because, yeah, you know, whatever, I'm not really interested. Monolithic monorepository of everything but the kitchen things I could ever find collected. But our developer Notech pointed out, it's like, nee, Houston, we have an issue. Have you realized this is failing due to white space? I was like, what? What do you mean? So if you ever scripted in Unix, but maybe also DOS with bat files and stuff, you probably know that working with white spaces is one of the most annoying and easily breaking, potentially even insecure and dangerous things. I think rm-rf, something with white space, and whoops, have some other stuff deleted. Like, hey, maybe something from your system root if you have some file name and some space. Okay, so yeah, or whatever, depending where you are. Anyway, so where's even the freaking error? So yeah, 1,000, how is it even 17? Also, previous live stream, right? You had me at updated 17,000 targets. It's like you. There's a reason why I love my stuff reduced and minimal. Working theme here. But the issue, coming back to the issue, I want to fix this today. I hope, maybe. This is one of the things like, hey, let's fix this in 5 minutes, but maybe it also takes five hours. Oh, where the freaking heck is even... Oh, gosh. Stop. Where is... Oh, error. Too many errors. There's definitely this error. If there's somewhere, there's something with a white space failing. Somewhere in between. Here, failed. Command copy. It's like grep for error, grep for failed. And I didn't like, yeah. Recurring pro tip, those who pay attention, concentrate, and can fucking read, like not myself, it's like, yeah. Also, this is kind of stuff my brain and my, yeah, not my eyes, my brain would probably substituted a underscore. Say, why is there not an underscore? You had, I don't know what, this, it boosts the best of the industry work. I mean, sure, shit can happen. I mean, probably it's a typo, right? Probably they meant underscore, but because who in this world with a sane mind would ship a freaking header like everything has a bloody underscore? I mean, for sure it's a bug. They probably, but probably, I believe that, I mean, we could check it, subversion, git blame, whatever they're using. I'm pretty sure this ships for more than 6 months over more than one release. But no matter the discussion, they want an underscore there. They want a space there. I don't particularly care. It's like YOLO, whatever. I take it as a challenge. Challenge accepted, because currently the issue is that this doesn't break upstream. This is our bug, right? It is our bug. Thankfully not mine. I didn't. But I wish it would be mine bug now. But so yeah, probably Claire from Rock Linux fame has wrote that, but it's not about whose bug it is. It's also like neither Claire nor I could have expected like people install stuff with MySpace. And also in 25 years, that is probably the first time that we noticed that something installed with a space, right? So much to how many of the 5,000 packages in T2 affected? That's the first one. But yeah, challenge accepted, because what we do, we have an install wrapper. We have that because we want to sometimes, not often, but sometimes we want to automatically transform paths, like with SED or whatever, for reasons like to fix stuff, to fix shared files, because Perl and TickleTick and Python and whatnot, or Ploticus and whatever his name was, SVI Prolog, they often install stuff as the same file, think TickleTick and Perl, man pages with threads and all the other good shared file names. And so, like, instead of patching that, what we usually like to do is like we just substitute the stuff, right? Much cooler to automatically fix it. So we run this to some potential optional and user expandable, like user aka T2 packager expandable filter stuff or extendable filter stuff. And I'm actually not sure what Claire did here with TR. So that is a line that fails. So what happens is we run it through a filter, like also otherwise we handle this. So other pro tip, like before you tune out and stuff, before you select subscribe. So usually this is why, if you were wondering, why do we quote all the stuff here everywhere? This is what you want to do. Like if you want that your scripting handles white spaces, you want to also like PHP, like God forbid you still develop web stuff in PHP, hopefully not. You probably want to move on to some more serious language. Yeah, this is where you want to quote all the stuff. And also there are, another pro tip, there are implementation or actually standard enforced or promoted things to proper handle that, right? So you need to be very careful with all the array or other expansion, also expansion of positional arguments. With quotes, there is some really strange behavior for historical standard compliance, conformance. Like if you expand dollar with add and star and stuff, there are, even I forget them, right? Probably 20 years when I was young and naive, I remembered all this stuff. Like, yeah, probably that was one of the, I hope we will see in a second. So if you don't have quote there, and depending if you use a star or an add, you get other white space behavior, whether this is then substituted to words or words with spaces. Anyway, so the failing stuff is here. So if we have a filter, why do we have filter unequal space? I mean, probably that was done for a reason, also I get an email. Is it anything important that requires immediate action? Oh, oops, no, I hate when I touch some button and it makes a screenshot. No immediate action required, good. Maybe the filter is set, I mean, maybe we double check that just for the base scripts, probably either here. That's another filter, then it's probably in build. I mean, I could have grabbed it, but filter equals 2v. Oh, this is the wrong filter, not. Ah, where do we set the filter? Grab filter equals in all of best with shift. Filter cat. Maybe that's also something else. Filter. Oh, wait a second, this is another filter. We set that here, that of course we use install wrapper with pipes in space, whatever precisely is going on here. What do we do here? Filter equals, if it's plus is pipe install, why do we do that? You know what, sometimes stuff also really requires a comment. Welcome everyone, I hope we stream this audio. Just why, yeah, just why, I also don't why, but we will, I accept the silence, like, if it makes no sense, I mean, so NoTech fixed this renaming this, but yeah, that is of course a quick hack. I truly appreciate the quick hack and the shout out. Also, if, that's also developer and team communication, right? If, of course, NoTech, our T2 developer, committed this. I try, by the way, when other people commit stuff to our subversion, which is also amazing that we have a team and other people do stuff, right? I try to every day check the log, what other people commit, and review that, right? But I can also miss that, right? And yeah, that is also teamwork, right? Of like, hey, heads up, I quirked there something, you might want to take a look later or stuff, and in detail, and that is what we do, right? So be a team, support your other, and even in company and stuff, like if you quirk and YOLO stuff, like maybe let your team know that you're quirked and YOLO something. Yeah, whatever is going on, I would, if we, maybe this is adding, I mean, must be adding pipe. Ah, right, so probably, but why do we have install wrapper filter? So why do we, so if it's set adding, why do we add this twice? Install wrapper filter. I don't quite get what's going on in this line. Ah, maybe we run this. Do we run this too? I don't, why? I could SVN, I should SVN blame that. Where was not the line I wanted to fix? Here. Filter. Oh, here we log this, and then tr. Ah, here. So for that. Okay, so we add that because we just compose that here, and so if it's. Ah, okay. So because we just run it through here, otherwise if the filter is empty, but I mean, here is already empty. Somehow this is strange. Why do we, if we only run this is somehow strange. Yeah. Theoretically, we could go here into some archaeological discovery and SVN blame the history of the stuff. But what all I want to do today is the destination. Okay, that should only be one destinations, or if 0 destination, we set destination is. Also, by the way, we don't need. Should we clean that? I mean, does it even make much sense to optimize the stuff? Also, what do you prefer? I recently, I said it a couple of times. I changed. I'm also still constantly adapting my coding style. And some of the stuff is also old, and some of the stuff is not from me, but from Claire other thousands of contributors. So recently, I really started to also have the style of don't put there what's not necessary. And so that's not necessarily like if you initialize something like this is already initialized, so you don't need superfluous quotes there for nothing, for an empty string that's already empty. Where would that be, in share or in tool sources? In tool sources. FL install wrapper, so that is here, but leave in the comments what you prefer. Do you prefer explicit, empty, like more like double explicit initializer? So if this destination is probably one, so yeah, we do that here. So we poor man's command line parsing that, because we need to parse here like install and copy and move equivalent things, because it might run for copy, move, or install. So this is only one. Okay. So actually, this is only supposed to be one. So what I actually wanted to do is change this quote here to. So this is evil. Is it, by the way? So this evil is always a little bit evil, because this runs this like. Doesn't run it, but evaluates it. Just not the greatest fan of this additional white space. And okay, let's not change too much. So someone like probably Claire runs this through slash. So that should, why are they? Maybe we should actually go and blame this stuff. It's always, so the reason I do this is not to blame your people, but even to understand why this was added when. Yeah, there's Claire. Also, I've touched lots of stuff somewhere. Oh wow, I didn't expect her. I mean, I could have applied it for someone else. Did I really write this code? Don't even remember writing this 60,000 revisions ago. It's also Dimitar Chekhov. Fixed wrapper stuff. Root device defaults. The rest will be patched soon. Filters is just eval. So that is here, though. I touched that in revision 1400 over a decade ago. Adriano, Mary. You see, there were some other source contributors, in case you were wondering. Okay, this is okay. We run. Okay, actually, Alejandro Perry, so Mary, Alejandro Mary Pellegrini, something of that sort. Interesting. Add related fix to incursives, but why do we lib alla user lib? What the heck is going on here? That looks strange. Looks like maybe I didn't review something most amazing. I mean, or does it? So destination would be foobar something with space h or whatever. So this is substituting this to a... no, this is squeezing. No, this S is squeezing. Squeezing is multiple occurrences. So that is like here, this, right? So that is basically, okay, fine. Okay, that is actually a useful thing. So what that is doing is, this is normalizing passes. It's like, where a comment would have saved me 5 minutes, right? So yeah, okay, figured that out. Maybe we want to comment that, also not users, where are we, tools, source and install wrapper. Let's add some comments while at it, because I don't want to, I do not want to save 5 minutes in another 10 years to come. So, wait, what's there? This is spaces there, oh, wonderful. So, this was filter, so, I mean, that's a little bit stupid, but it is what it is. But wait a second. But this was, okay, this was previously already. I mean, this is so stupid. I'm kind of inclined, I mean, it's okay. Let's stick to our own pro tips. Do not change what is not broken right now, because normally I would change the top line of not adding the bloody pipe there for a non-empty filter, because theoretically we should not run a filter at all if it's empty, so we would save all of this nonsense here. Because this is previously it had that already, so that code even predates 2003 from 20 years ago. Anyway, yeah, that is so stupid. Prepend pipe as we, yeah. Expected when we run it below to do remove, because it is just stupid. It should just not. Why edit if it's so I would just explicitly code it here, right, and not run the filter when it's empty. It's somehow stupid. I don't know. I mean, maybe it was workarounding some bug of it wasn't really empty or space empty, or, but I would say just make sure it's empty when it's supposed to be empty. But normalize multiple pass spaces for make room. What do we call this? Normalize multiple paths separators, multiple paths. I always misspell separators. Separators, was it? With it's also separators. Eventually I should learn it. Separators. Or I should install a spelling plugin to them. To allow filters to just match or whatever, because obviously otherwise you would need to have your filters written in a way all over, like a plus or so of cleaner star plus star-like plus operator for your regular expressions. That of course sucks. So multiple, like, yeah, nothing like some proper comments. So, but why does it fail then? So we run that, this is just one destination that should not really fail, right? So destination should just set, what do we do then? This test destination, this test, sources to some paths, this filter. The question I actually had to run that with Xtrace. So much to, yeah, just making sense, probably 50 minutes just, I mean, okay, without YouTube, without telling stories and history, I probably would have done it twice as fast in only 5 minutes or so instead of 10 to 15 with some story and introduction. Let's maybe install it again because all the stuff scrolled away, and cheers. And that is also how you keep your source tree in a good shape, right? Well maintained and not broken and not like, because if you don't clean up stuff, then that is why most commercial code bases look so, or even others, lots of code bases look completely convoluted with duct tape over fixes and YOLOs of quirks and stuff. And because if you like, and that is also then an unmaintainable mess, right? If you quirk something there, you hotfix something there, and like after a decade you have thousands of quirks and stuff, and nobody understands anymore, like, why did we do that? How does this work? Like, because this fix fixes this fix, compensates for another quirk, compensates. So this is why I spend this extra efforts to fix this now and not just, because otherwise, sure, we have renamed this file temporarily for Boost to install, but there could, like, with the state of software development, there will be just next month or next year someone who also wants to desperately install file names with spaces in their open source. It's also freaking slow, right? This is epic thread. It's not a VR CHA prototype previous video or a P3. No, this is epic thread ripping. Like, we have 24 install makefile system things and all of them suck. So what's going on here? So yes, you see, this is yeah, the space is breaking up here. So what do we have here? Okay, here's some SED destination. Okay, this is already broken. Okay, sources, this is already broken. Okay, some iteration here is already broken. So here, okay, here's this echo, here's this, where do we even do that? So this, yeah, so this is broken here already. This command line parsing is apparently already broken. For case 4AN, the echo, yada yada, SED. 4AN, what do we even freaking do here in which line? So this is logging that. Here is actually no filter, so it's actually not even supposed to be a filter. Maybe in this case we should actually debug that to not set the bloody filter to something. This is echo. Why do we echo all of this stuff? Echo. Okay, this is only the log, I believe. 2 greater than 0, echo, all this collection size type with space. Here's some SED though. For A and echo. So here this breaks up in SED, for AN, destination. Yeah, here it's broken up. So which line is it? So it's not supposed to be very even. Where do we have another SED? Because here. So this is a command line parsing split. I remember I did this. Shit. I did this just recently. Fuck, I broke this shit. Yeah, cool. The only substitute for testing is more testing. Shit. So this means maybe even Boost ships a header with spaces and much longer. Because this here I did recently to fix another implementation deficiency. Okay, we need to do that. So what this is supposed to do is, because also like for 20 years this was fine, and then some package started to use combined arguments. Is it a GNU extension? Like -a, like usually you would GM whatever. So recently something did something like, yeah, maybe it was even something like something completely stupid, like something installed with -M755 or something. Okay, the fix for that probably okay, this SED already matches only, so I mean I wasn't that stupid. I already wrote an real expression to only substitute stuff that's starting with a dash. That's a good thing. So the fix for that is, So we only need to iterate over like for a in for argument in this split up stuff. So what this is doing, it's splitting all the combined stuff, right? As you see here, like all the dash stuff. It's substituting any of combined stuff here, except numbers or so, into separate arguments. Yeah, that happens if you write command line parsing in shell script. So even I make mistakes, right? Even I didn't. I mean, sure, thousands packets build until you find the one with spaces. So the fix for that probably, so either we could conditionalize that to only run this through the substitution if it's starting with a dash. We probably run this in a while loop because we custom path here. Do we have some shift here? Here we have shift 1. Here we have that. Here we need to I slightly wonder if in general this is so tricky. Yeah, it looks so simple on the drawing board, right? Just quote everything and use proper substitutions. Just thinking how to best refactor that. I mean, we could split this up in an array. We could match that to pre-match everything with a space, because otherwise, okay, we have sources equals destination. So we could pre-match that into a separate case and do a for loop only for everything starting with a dash. Then we can also simplify the regular expression not to match starting with a dash. So that would be case the arc here. And then if it is case in, if it starts with a dash, only then split it. Is this even? For a in, I slightly wonder if this even works correctly here, because this is using positional argument 2. Did this even work correctly anymore? Because for a in, maybe it. Wow, is that tricky? Maybe we should pre-split that, and because so the thing is we have here a custom loop. Maybe this only works accidentally, this kinda only works accidentally, not if it's a combined. Because this, if this is combined, this would, oh man, is that a mess. And you know how much I hate a mess. So yeah, let's first see, get it mostly working, and then So case z in, and then so basically we already know that this is starting with a dash, so we wouldn't, this is matching on, where would we, maybe I still leave it here not to break it, because it's matching on starting, so it's matching on not double dash. Ah, okay, matching, so this, yeah, whatever, which do group owner suffix, gm, it's really getting a real mess. I'm really not appreciating this here. Just a little bit, maybe partially less, partially more readable. Also then identities, thank you very much. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, split this stuff up, and then, so these are those here. And that was that. And okay, except this is no one. I mean, we could. So the thing is, I don't reindent always everything, because then for the history we have all the stuff changed. But we could, exceptionally, that's not the most syntactically correct indentation, but at least then it's more looking in one line. I don't know, why do we have here shift 1? I mean, it's implicitly shift 1, right? I totally no idea why someone should this not. I think we wouldn't need this one. Not sure why this was here. While case, okay, we also need this is rightfully somehow. Why is this still whining? Case in, 4 done. Maybe here? Maybe it was rightfully whining about this being. I mean, this is still, maybe I should add here to do, so this is split combined args, like dash m 755 or whatnot. Oops. In my opinion, this still has a bug here. Why is this highlighting strange? Is this correctly highlighting? I'm not sure if is this highlighting thing confused now. Okay, I edited this, you know, this was also not, did we, so this is all we changed for now. All right, did we want to, you know what? Let's get rid of this. I mean, I should do this in 2 commits. Okay, let's test it now to have it tested. And then to commit it, I will manually extract it again if it works, because so that is what I mean of just using that here and maybe no extra spaces, because what? We need to install it though, so maybe cut this to build. What did I even build? I believe I built natively. That would be default toolchain native bin or wrapper install wrapper. Let's see what happens. Is this the right one? Yeah, probably, maybe. Oh, wait, what did I, by the way? No, did I? Not that I. Ah, yeah, that was very clever for me. Removing the variables is just what I thought last minute. Not really sure why. I think. I mean, sure, it's short, huh? Where do we have? Okay, this is funny. We set it on top. I think I would just replace this with this variable too. I'm also not really sure. Should it not be completely empty? Although it is longer, I find this better documenting. Here's also, by the way, a second one of those. Then you know that precisely it comes from the environment. I'm not really sure it's supposed to be empty though. Space. Because here is, if it's not set, no filter. I'm not really sure why we check for space then if. Yeah, you set out to fix one white space bug, and that's the only thing. And you know what? Maybe we should actually debug this here ourselves. So this is installing. Where's our find name with space? Also, yeah, they have multiple, but these are PNGs. So like .h. So let's install this manually. This has the benefit of not waiting so long. User, let's install it to temp just for test. Oh, cool. Also syntax error in line 53. Ah, maybe this is why this highlighting is also. What did I? For. Ah, because this is another. I over deleted here. That is why. Did someone notice it? Nobody noticed it. So much to just talking about the indentation. Case A in all this fine stuff. And this the syntax highlighting was actually right. When I was wondering why this highlighting is so strange. It's like yeah, it's a little bit. Indentation might trigger some, but I prefer stuff not perfectly indented rather than having a subversion, because I every day work with history, right, and check what's going on, where did it come from and stuff. Did I, by the way, I hope I edited the right. Ah, did I edit this and this or this? Need to be careful here now. Yeah, here I actually, oh wait, I didn't substitute here one. Do I still have this in the, no, I don't. Yeah, it's a little bit longer, but we can simply break this here. It's this double ampersand thing here. Oops. I believe I edited this in the other file, or did I edit this here? Yeah, I edited this in the other file. Let's do it again. Was it case exec done? Was it what we wanted to do? Did I do that here or cutting start here? Okay, let's see what happens now. Unexpected enter files, missing destination file, output after eval, 88 syntax error, 88. Eval? What did we do here? Maybe here somewhere. What did we substitute here? Was it in quotes? No, it was not in quotes. Eval echo filter. What the heck? Eval echo. Here is one. Eval echo. Is this test install wrapper? This test. Why is this? Which line was it? Yes, on the right. Eval echo. No, I lost overview what I just edited. Did I not save it yet? 88 it said, didn't it? Oh no, there's something. Alright, actually the syntax highlighting here is already spot on. So eval echo tr. I'm not really sure if that is the best. Not sure if I changed something now. No, still 88. What the heck? 88 is supposed. I mean, it could be another. It could be. Sometimes it's confusing starting earlier. Let's count quotes. Looks alright or not? Maybe. How long? Yeah, how one simple space thing costs you an hour here and there. After a while, it accumulates a little bit. It could be that the quote starts earlier, so usually it would say started at line whatever. Yeah, this is usually, maybe I should not have done so many other cleanups in between. Don't tell me some space was necessary somewhere. It's not that I broke something with a space. Don't tell me there's some standard conforming. There needs to be a space and nonsense. Never know. Show scripting details. Always worth a try before we debug ourselves to death. I cat this, by the way, not copy because it is installed with executable bit. Darn it. It's still some. Yeah, less is more. I said it myself. I didn't follow my own pro tips. So 88. There's someone saying we should check the comments, but nobody comments. This matches, or does it not? This matches there. Okay, it doesn't highlight strings. It's maybe Guru meditates a diff. For case in, because it might be somewhere else. If you see one, please let me know. We changed this echo there though. As we changed this from backticks. Yeah, the error messages could be really better. That is one of the worst things of shell scripting. Error messages suck. Plus, of course, no static typing, and you see only typos eventually years later. Yes, look, yesterday someone found a 20-year-old typo in a compressor assignment that was never used. In C and C in statically typed languages, this would have error out with no declared variable. So desteer, filter, filter not equal, this test. A little bit puzzled here about the 88 it said, huh? So bizarre. If we find this typo, then of course we will say, oh my god, of course it's like that. So I had changed that right somehow, probably. What was it? It's maybe rewords. Don't think it will be those, but minus. Oh no, this was actually even. But okay, this sucks. Obviously, hunting typos always sucks. Which one did I change? Star wrapper, filter. It is also always possible that I typed a non-breaking Unicode spacing. This also at times already ruined my day. Nothing like finding. I really hate non-breaking. Basically, it should be disabled on developer's workstation. So here we had it like that. I'm not. Where else could there be? I mean, maybe I should delete all spaces in this line and retype them. Or maybe I should finally disable, and welcome, maybe I should finally disable Unicode non-breaking spaces in my workstation in some way, shape or form. Man, that really sucks missing. Wait a second, yet no, the error message changed. Missing destination for operand after. Oh wait, I know this is the line 88, syntax errors. I just was looking at the other. I mean, we could, you know what, let's check if, this just doesn't mean, let's check if it's, okay, it is this line, because deleting this line, and it should be in this line. What the heck could be wrong in this line? This is quoted, eval, echo, I mean, maybe it's a bloody Unicode space. This is so ridiculous. What the heck am I missing? Except for sure. Ah. Don't tell me this filter. Wait a second. This runs without. Is it just we broke this ourselves probably. But no, this can it be? that the filter is empty and this is a stray error of I'm not sure why we checked for a space, so why do they, is this someone's typo or what? Or was it, let's, okay, but also not, what is it running unexpected, oh wait, unexpected token fee? Oh wait, did this change now? Ah, now we assign, at least here it is with the space now. Oh wait, why is this? Yeah, that's basically the difficulties with shell scripting, but I still think the ease of otherwise order of magnitude more open error checking, read-write and exec and stuff. It's probably more like 2 orders of magnitude more code writing this in some high level, differently high level language. So what was now the, ah shit, now I also, yeah, and then I need to of course rebuild everything to see if some other package has some strange behavior that breaks now. Oops, also wrong. Alright, now we don't have the... So now it's somehow parsing something not correctly, so now we got rid of this error. But somehow it is not setting the destination correctly for some parsing reason. So echo install, not really, I probably should read the sources. This is a logging. This is just writing this to the log file. Where was the logging? Here, that is okay, that is just the command, so that's just expanding that here. Where do we pass it? So that should be here, echo install, then greater than destination. Okay, somehow, alright, this is, here we didn't set the, we now need to set one. Maybe I should actually edit the setx in here. So install, hey, now it works. You see that with freaking spaces. So the only thing is now if it would work with a filter. So yeah. And we cleaned and we optimized some nanosecond. We optimized a handful of instructions away, so we probably save a picosecond or so, a femtosecond on an epic thread ripping horizon by not setting it, not prepending a pipe and stuff. The question is now with a filter, so let's maybe, oops, let's, I believe one thing I've seen a very crude thing here of maybe that, let's just, maybe this is something rep, so a substitute, whatever, LA to, yeah, delete it, that's probably fine. So let's see what happens now with the pseudo filter just for testing. Install that. Okay, this is indeed not working. Something evil, echo temp, tr, sed. So tr sed destination temp, 4 sources. That looks to be this dest. Or did we create regular file? SED, HPP, what is it doing here? Echo, SED. So it's, okay, there is a pipe symbol missing. Ah, maybe this was filter. Okay, this probably was a second. TR here, echo, eval. Why do we not run this through TR here as well? Why do we have... If it's a directory, then do it again. Did we really think that through to do it? I'm not really sure if we thought this through, that this should run twice. Maybe that is another fixing one package and... Okay, now that works, copying that temp collection size. So boost serialization collection size type space, not underscore. And that's also why concentration is. So even my wife often doesn't understand that if I tell her, don't overload me the whole day when I'm at work with kids' photos and every small thing, because it is truly like that, right? It's not a myth that if you get a call, if you get something, you easily lose 15 minutes, right? Especially like, imagine I would not work on shell scripting, but on some image processing for our Don't Delay, Try, our amazing abstract scan, paperless software and stuff, or OCR and PDF recompression today, right? The stuff that we actually make the money with on top of our increasingly enterprise and business ready Linux distribution. And it's like, yeah, working on some AI-like OCR stuff, on some reverse engineering, sitting here with protocol analyzers with hundreds of megabytes of dump of USB data and stuff, and then one call here, one more message there. And in this case, easily overlooking, like, you can easily stare. I mean, even I didn't realize that when Boost broke, because I also didn't expect it, right? Expect the unexpected, and it's like, yeah, this is already why I also have this font, because I think this non-very regular comic code font actually really helps further to, like, if you stare on text all day, to better differentiate in one from an capital I or an I from a J or other stupid stuff like that. But in this case, it's like my brain is so used to underscores. There is too much error correction in my brain also kicking in, right? Which, yeah, is also sometimes why I otherwise overread stuff sometimes. Here on this channel, where it already happened a couple of times, right? I stare at something of work here on YouTube for 5 minutes. It's like, at the end, like due, if I would have read this more concentrated from the beginning. So I believe that has probably maybe a chance to work better now. Let's remove the set X here that I left in here for debugging purposes. And yeah, it's another story how after 20 years of an install wrapper, it's like, maybe. It's like, yeah, you can still refactor 20 lines of it in 1 hour. So that's probably, like, yeah, let's epic thread wrap through Boost. Let's hope that it fixes them, right? And then, unfortunately, I have to, yes, should we rebuild? Yeah, you know what, let's rebuild x86 fully. Because there were another, like, 1 or 2 regressions in some way, shape or form, which I probably still need to tackle. And then I can combine this with, rebuild everything with a further, hopefully mostly improved. I should theoretically debug this uncombined or combined, reverse combining argument parsing in there. That still looks a little bit fishy to only work in 90% of the cases, maybe. Probably, it's like, here, maybe also need to write some test cases. Like, yeah, and this is also when you don't have test cases. So what means test cases? Unit testing would mean to write a unit test, like write separate files and run this install wrapper for normal things, for combined arguments and for stuff with spaces, and then normally would run make test check or whatever. Certainly need more of that, but at least we probably fixed white spaces in command line wrapped stuff 2 decades later live on this channel. Yeah, while we wait for that to build, actually, you know what, we could already use the Horizon is probably not fully loaded, so config x86 underscore, type underscores. Already built this in parallel here. Nothing like embarrassingly thread wrap testing that. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, I would say this boost stuff, I would personally prefer it split up in multiple packages. Hey, it freaking installed. The other question is, does our, I mean, I should maybe check if boost cross compiles. AK somewhat late, that's no problem. You can just rewind the whole live stream and watch it again. And then you have the benefit of watching it in 2.5x speed for even more entertainment. var 80 after this boost. The question is, are all the other okay, here's okay. The rest of the file so we have the space in here. The question is, okay, we didn't. Yeah, the question is, I mean, this is all why I fixed it, right? So this is basically also stress testing all the other parts of our package build scripting. It's like, is everything else in our processing flow space safe? Yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this, learned something. People who will watch this later can rewind or watch it on the commute, subway or bus, airplane or train and stuff. Sync file accidentally included, somehow made a copy to save some automated tool from UI. That might be, you can report this upstream, right? My job is done. T2 can now install, wrap and filter files with spaces. Thanks for this potential typo note. If you want to report it upstream, be my friend and guest and stuff in the report upstream. It might very well be, we are usually those who find all bugs, so it might very well be that this is someone clicked on in Xcode on copy and checked it in with automated Git stuff off, because most people don't see the complexities of Git and just click on duplicate file in their Xcode or Visual Studio code stuff. Anyway, if you think it's a bug, report it upstream with greetings from me. Otherwise, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, maybe Patreon, GitHub sponsor, YouTube membership and stuff. I hope you enjoyed this, learned something. Have a good day or night, and I hope to see you soon for more Linux perfection here to come.